Hello and welcome to White Horse Music TV. My name is Richard Badinner and I'm co-owner of this wonderful shop with my lovely wife Michelle Badinner, who's not holding the camera today. A music stand's holding the camera. It's doing a fine job. Well done, music stand. So today I've decided to do a bit of a video demonstrating a couple of violas that I've just finished setting up. So I made the bridges and planed the fingerboards, made new sound posts for them, put on good strings, put on a good tailpiece, refitted the pegs, lowered the nut, lots and lots of work, a couple of hours on each, but it's made them sound really exceptionally tasty. And, you know, they were good violas to start with, so, you know, very good. They happen to be the Struna Classroom 15-inch viola. There it is. I'll put it nice and close so you can see the sort of like slightly antique-y sort of varnish. Ooh, very pretty on the back there. Struna Classroom, that's sort of like the start of the range. And then this one, I'll do it back first so you can see. And then a bit closer, yeah. So that is Struna Maestro, 15-inch also, with really beautiful quality wood. Now they both use high quality Russian spruce on the front of the violins, but there's different sort of levels of Russian spruce, different grades, and then also different ages. So the spruce on the Maestro has been aged for longer and should be tonally superior. Also, the Maestro, they, you know, the better makers in the very small Struna workshop will work on the higher models, and the Maestro is 3 models above the Classroom, so it should be much tastier. So this is not a fair comparison to you, Mr. Struna Classroom, but you know, he'll be all right. He'll get over it. Bit of counselling, he'll be fine. So I just thought to start with, also what I might do is show you something interesting about the weight of violas. So these 2 violas are quite light, and that's partially because I whinge and complain when the violas are a bit too heavy, and I've left in the workshop, the Struna workshop, a set of scales so that they can weigh the instruments before they're, you know, before they're finished. And so yeah, I just want to show you the weight of these compared to a couple of others. Let's have a look at that. So this is a set of scales. You may have seen one before. And I've just grabbed 2 random violas from our stock of violas. Just going to weigh them. So this particular one is 662 grams. It's a $1,500 viola, and I would say 662 is a lot for a viola, but let's see compared to some other violas. This is a viola that sells for around $4,000. 586 grams. That's enormously different in weight. Just, you may think, oh, that's only 80 grams, but 80 grams up on your shoulder for that period of time that you might be practicing is a large amount. Now, I have Struna Classroom viola. 540 grams. That is getting quite light. And then I'll grab Struna Maestro viola. Which is 525 grams. When you compare that to 660 odd grams, that is an enormous difference. Now the reason I've shown you that is because I think it makes a really big difference to, you know, people's decisions when they're buying violas. You know, the weight of it. You know, being able to hold something up on your shoulder for, you know, if you're practicing for half an hour or something like that, something that's a lot heavier, obviously is going to be difficult and a disadvantage, and we don't want people getting funny necks and that sort of thing. And often it can sway people to getting a smaller viola, which won't necessarily sound better. You know, if the bigger viola is too heavy, they might end up getting a smaller one, which usually doesn't sound as good. I mean, generally people try to, you know, fit themselves into bigger violas so that they can sound bigger and deeper and fuller and everything. So with the Struna people, I've actually left scales in their workshop where you know, I get them to the way the violas and, you know, fashion them correctly so that they're not, you know, thousands of kilograms and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's a really important thing. And also, you know, apart from the fact that you're holding up something really heavy, often really cheap level violas, the wood on the front and the back will be really thick, because it's sort of like easier to make it quite thick on the front and the back, because, you know, you're not going to come through too far and, you know, make a mistake and that sort of thing. So, you know, a lot of the cheaper ones could be really thick wood. Really thick wood doesn't vibrate as widely, doesn't make as deep a sound. So, you know, the sound really suffers. The fact that you're, you know, being weighed down from a viola, you're suffering. So yeah, it's important that it's, you know, not too heavy. So part of the reason I'm doing this video is because once I've set up an instrument, viola, violin, cello, anything, I get to give it a bit of a play, and I was very excited because they sounded really good. So this is the Struna classroom, and I set this one up and I played it and I thought, that is a beautiful viola, nothing's going to sound better. Not nothing, but not many. It's still ringing. It's so sort of like deep and strong. In my old age, being in my 90s or whatever it is now, as I've gone on, I've liked violas to have lots and lots of depth, but also have a bit of crispness as well, because sometimes the violas can become really muddy, and I think that describes that sound really well. It's sort of like full down the bottom, and it rings across the string, rings really beautifully, and has, you know, clarity between the notes, which is really good. Side note, I happen to have Eva Perazzi strings on the bottom 3 on that, and a Larsen A string on the top. I'm in love with Larsen A viola strings. I would marry one. I have a wife already. I can't, but, you know, they are just so sort of like full and round, but ringing and responsive. Love the Larsen A string. And the Eva Perazzi's are great on the bottom 3 as well. So that works really well. On the Struna Maestro, I've used Eva Perazzi Gold on the bottom 3 and a Larsen A on the top. I was going to use the Eva Perazzi's, I had none left, but I'm using Eva Perazzi Gold, which are not too dissimilar to the standard Eva Perazzi's. They're just maybe a slight tad rounder sounding, I would say. All right, so I'll give this one a play now. Yes, as I was saying, I played that one and I thought, nothing can sound better. Almost. Beautiful. Apart from going out of tune, because I've only just strung it up, that has added another dimension. And it's not what I expected after, you know, setting up this and thinking that's amazing. It's added another dimension. It's just got a lot more fullness on the bottom, and it's got all of that ring across. And then the A string is not only clear, but it's a bit rounder sounding as well. Just beautiful. All right, now I will play them one after another, and you guys be the judge and tell me what you think in the comments. Gosh, so much ring, possibly even more than the Maestro. Let's give this one a try. go. It's the all-encompassing C string, which is really probably the biggest difference. But you know, that Struna Classroom, amazing for that price range. Anyway, if you could all ring up one by one and order at least 2 of each of those, that'd be great. Thanks for watching.